Hello friends, and welcome to our pantry. This is for our family of 6, and it usually looks a little bit like this. This has just gotten a little out of hand. This is an extra large pantry, and so with that comes an extra large mess or responsibility to keep clean, and so that is what we are doing today. So let's get to it. Hey friends, and welcome to my pantry. We are back. If you missed it, I did a pantry video back in February where I washed all the shelves. There was pop everywhere. Everything was chaotic and messy. I went through, I organized things, I labeled a few things, and now we are just in a state of maintenance. And so today it was looking a little extra chaotic. There was a lot of boxes that were empty. I kind of tidied them up, but I got to take them out of here. I need to put in groceries that we just bought, and we can just have a lot of fun tonight. Let's do it. So we are a family who recycles, so I'm taking out the cardboard, all the little boxes of things that have gotten used up and then they were just left on a shelf or tossed onto the floor. So this cool water cooler has been living in the pantry for months, and it's supposed to go out in the garage, but you know, it's one of those things that like you're supposed to do, but you just like never get around to it. And I'm starting to feel like, if you follow Beth from Feral Treadwife, she says that her laundry room is kind of like a hinge point for keeping the rest of her house clean. And I'm starting to feel like my garage is maybe part of that for me, because there's a lot of things that I need to put in my garage. I need to put them away, but they just get left in the house, and then the house builds up with clutter. And so I think maybe it will help when we finally get around to doing the garage, which my husband is making me wait until the spring or until later. I don't know when. We'll see. Maybe I can talk him into doing it earlier, but I do need his help with it because it is going to be a really big chore. But you better believe I'll be taking you guys with me, because I know that many of you have garages that have become extra storage places of things that need to be decluttered, and that is what we're working on this year. We're working on decluttering and just getting on top of our houses. Not on top, not literally, like not on the roof, but on top of house chores. And I think together we can do this, friends. So on this day, I was focused on trying to get the floor cleaned up first. We had just bought this case of mushrooms and as well as some soup, and so I just wanted to get them tidied up into the shelf here where I keep the bigger canned things. I've got a little Swiffer wipe that I am just wiping up some of the dust and dirt that's collected since I cleaned it in February. I'm not going in for a full wash. Heck no, I'm not doing that for another year or so probably, because that was a really big chore. I don't want to do that again. So this is a much shorter video. This is my favorite soup. Oh. I get a craving for Campbell's vegetable soup. It's usually like a late night craving, and I make it with some beef broth instead of just raw water. It's like life-changing, you guys. It's comfort food at its finest, deepest, cheapest, and easiest level. Okay, just putting away some bags. Got some plastic bags, which I shared this in another video, but like plastic bags are kind of a commodity around here, a hot commodity. Hot commodity, is that the right word? I don't know. A rarer a commodity. Like, it was like a year or so ago, they were like trying to ban plastic bags, and so for a long time we weren't getting plastic bags from grocery stores. Now some of the grocery stores still do use plastic bags, but some of them have totally stopped using them. And so now plastic bags are kind of like something that doesn't come up as often as it used to, which maybe that's a good thing. I mean, obviously it's going to be a good thing for the planet. Just going to roll with it. Okay, at this point, guys, I realize, oh my gosh, I did something and I didn't mean to do it, and I'm so mad at myself. Look what I found. Mushrooms. And what did I just buy? Mushrooms. God, I hate it when that happens. So now I'm just checking, is there a best before date on this one? Is there a best before date on the package that I just bought? So I can kind of at least use them up in order. Obviously they're cans and I just got them, and I'm pretty sure I just got the other one like maybe a month or so ago. So neither of them are going to be expired anytime soon. We'll definitely use them up, but I was just kind of like, oh man, of course I did that. That was one of my, okay, back in February, I had some great videos on groceries and saving money on groceries. And that was one of my hot tips, was just to make sure you just double check what is already in your pantry or freezer before you go grocery shopping. And this is why, because then you don't buy seconds of things you already own. Filming in this tiny room is not the easiest. I didn't have very many options, but I did want to provide you with a few different view options as we were going through this video, because just having one steady camera is, well, you might as well have a security camera on me or something. So just trying to keep it interesting here, people. So don't mind some of the different viewpoints. All right, so we are just continuing to clean up the floor. And I'm going to start sweeping soon. Got some clothes here that just had gotten left there. I don't know why. There's a shirt in the pantry, but I have to ask my son that. So this is all the little crummy things that fall out of the bags of like veggie straws and popcorn twists that I get ready for morning snacks for my daughter. When we go on a car ride, we have to drive 30 minutes together to get to work and to her day home. And so yeah, quite often those end up on the floor because they're getting pulled out of the bag right here in the pantry, and it's not a good system. So I got to work on that a little bit more. And also, some of these are snacks that have just fallen on the floor. They've fallen out of the boxes, so they're still good. So I'm putting those back on the shelf. You bet I am. They're totally fine. They're in a package. The kids can eat them. There we go. Isn't that so much better, having a cleaner floor? So just getting the rest of the floor swept up. This is a maple hardwood floor that we put in when we built the house back in 2015, 2014. And so, yeah, when we got it, it's like a lower grade maple. And so it's got more of the knots and the patterns in it. And that's what I wanted because it hides some of the dirt. Like, you can't see tons of dirt from this video, but I wanted to make sure that it was easy to care for and that I didn't have to babysit it every day. So it was definitely paid off. However, the little tiny wood planks are like 6 inches to 18 inches long. Like, it wasn't the greatest size of wood flooring to put in. So my husband cursed me for that, but we got some more of the mid-grade stuff to mix in with it. They had longer planks, and that worked out a lot better. So anyways, that's a little floor fact for you. So I design houses and buildings for like my day job. Like, I work with an engineering company, and on like the side, I design people's houses. People's houses. I design like other people's houses. I don't know how else to say it. Regular residential homes. There we go. For my engineering job, I do like more like commercial stuff. There we go. And so for side work, it's more just residential stuff. So I am fascinated and interested in things about houses and buildings, and so I will point out little architectural things to you guys sometimes. Don't mind me. It's just one of my little interest things that I like to share. So I am interested. I do most of my shopping, like 95% of my shopping online, even my groceries. Like, we have like a click and collect thing for Superstore here in Canada. And so, well, Alberta, Canada anyways. And so that is what I use primarily for our groceries. And I absolutely love it because I can grocery shop in my bed late at night, put in my order, and the next afternoon after work, I can pick up my groceries. And this has been a lifesaver for me because I don't live in the town. I don't live in a town. I live on a rural land. And so just getting into town after work would take an extra hour or whatever. Like, it just takes more time. And so being able to do click and collect saves me so much time. I love it so much. So I'm curious, do you guys do online shopping? If you do you do grocery shopping online? And how do you guys like it? For clothes shopping, I am primarily an Old Navy person, and I know it's like fast fashion stuff, but it's cheap. And right now in this phase of life, that's kind of what I need, is just cheap clothes. So that's kind of it's something that I would love to be able to buy, like handmade clothes that are all cutesy and authentic, but that's also just not really me to be cutesy. So yeah, anyways, I just do my shopping for clothes online, primarily from Old Navy, sometimes like the Gap or something, but I'm not a fashion person. I've never been, and so I'm not picky about my clothes. Okay, floor is clean, sugar container is filled, and now we can move on to moving the rest of the groceries in here and putting them back on the shelves. Not back on the shelves, on the shelves. If you guys hadn't noticed, sometimes I have trouble speaking. I do much better with numbers, but I'm learning and I'm getting better at speaking, and YouTube is helping me. You guys, I've been saying it all year long since January when I really started hammering out videos, and you guys are helping me. You're helping me get control of my house and being able to speak in front of people better, and just getting a little bit of a handle on my life. I was doing a low buy year at the beginning of January. I'm gonna admit I haven't been doing it, and I've been tracking like our purchases, but I haven't been focusing on budgeting and stuff. So come December, do I dare say December? I don't know. Maybe come January, we'll start up again and we'll get a little bit better with budgeting and working on stuff, because I don't know if we can trust December. We've got Christmas coming, and even though I'm trying to like keep it a little more low key this year, I do know that we're gonna spend some money, and so I'm just gonna let things happen, whatever, this year. not whatever, but like just not gonna worry too much about it. So since we're talking about Christmas and budgets and things, how much do you guys usually spend on kids between the ages of 4 and say 20? How much money would you plan on spending for each child? Because what we usually do is spend about $150 on each kid. And so they each have like 3 presents-ish to open. And then, of course, we got stockings. Hello, Santa. And so each kid gets a decent number of things, not like tons. And gosh, money just does not go as far as it used to back in the day. And so that is really what we need to spend in order to actually give them something. I don't know. And like we have a lot of things that they don't use. And you guys are going to see here, we have got a decluttering challenge coming up in December. I am super excited about. I'm actually going to be filming most of it here in November, but just going to be trying to giveaway, trying to get rid of a massive amount of stuff before the new year. I just thought it would be such a great way to start the new year, is by cleaning out some things that I've been saying that I'm going to be doing, but haven't been, and it's just that extra push to make me do it, because sometimes I just need that little bit. Anyways, all that to say, I want to give the kids a few things for Christmas. I don't want to go hog wild though, because we don't need that much things. But I was curious if you had either a dollar amount or maybe just like a number of presents that you try to hit or get, or what your philosophy is for giving gifts. Give gifts to kids for Christmas. Whew, can't speak. So something else I've been trying to work on since February has been meal planning, working on and failing because, it's just life. So we keep these kind of quick foods like Ichiban and mac and cheese in the pantry just in case we need something quick or last minute, because I'm not always great at like meal planning, but I'm trying to do better. I know I can do it. That's the frustrating part, is like I know what to do. I know that I just need to sit down and plan out a few meals for the week and then just buy those groceries, or to check that we have those groceries. And sometimes I'm successful, but like I also know that it takes a long time to do. I have the Plan to Eat app, which I absolutely love, and they have a sale going on here in November. So I am going to put an affiliate link down in the description below because I absolutely love it for keeping track of my recipes. And it's like a virtual recipe book for me, and it also will help you with like planning your groceries and what you need for the meals that you plan. You can plan out your meals right on it, and then it'll give you a grocery list. It's great if you use it. So something that I'm going to try to work on is working on that. But at the very least, it's a digital recipe book that I can always have on me, and I absolutely love that. And I've been using it for like 4 years just for that sole purpose, so that I can have recipe books. And you can download recipes right off the internet, and it will even do like a picture to text recipe input, which is really cool. I did a video about it back in February again because I was focused on food and saving money with food. So I'll put it up here in one of the little cards. But you guys, anyways, I just wanted to share that. If you needed a recipe solution for meal planning, and that is something that I'm going to be working on, that I have been working on, but failing somewhat because life gets in the way. But sometimes we have successes, and I think that's important too, to remember that even if every week isn't a major success, that even just a little daily or one meal a week, that's still a success, and we need to count that because we need some victories in our life. You'll notice there's a whole lot of yellow in this pantry, and that's because it's all like no-name superstore brand stuff. Because like I said, I love their click and collect program, and that is primarily what I am buying. Occasionally I'll go to Walmart. Those are the two places that I shop here. I'm in Southern Alberta, so Walmart, Superstore, those are my two main stores where I get most of my food. And then look at my face here. I'm like, oh darn, I did it again. We have got another box Kleenex. There's 1 open and 3 unopened now. That was 3 Kleenex box containers. I also have tons of paper towels. Like, why? Why do I have tons of paper towels? I don't know. So now I brought in all the groceries. I am just going to sort shelves and organize everything so that everything has a nice fresh start. So we take our kids trick-or-treating every year for Halloween, and this green box has most of the leftover candy in it. So I just kind of wanted to get it up a little bit higher so that my 4-year-old couldn't just access it whenever she wanted. I do let them on Halloween night. I let her have as much candy as she wants. You might call me crazy, but apparently that's what dietitians like. They encourage that. Have as much candy as they want Halloween night. And then after that, it's kind of like up to you to serve it. Do you decide when to serve it? They decide if they're going to eat it or not, kind of thing. And so I've usually put it away here in the pantry. And honestly, usually we forget about it. Every once in a while, I'll pull it out for like something to have in the car ride or something like that. But after Halloween, it's not like a free-for-all at my house, or I try not to let it be. My 9-year-old can get into his candy whenever he wants, and he generally polishes it all off like within a week. But then it's gone, and he just has to kind of deal with that on his own. Not on his own. Obviously, I parent him. But, he has to notice how his body feels if he eats that much candy. And I think that that's important, too. That we teach them that, like, you need to pay attention to how your body feels so that you know what feels good and what doesn't feel good. So I like on some of these bigger boxes to remove the edges of the tabs because I don't have a lot of containers in here. I like to just use the existing boxes for things. So I just rip off the edges so that it can be like easier to see what's inside and reach inside and to grab it. I know it would be more aesthetically pleasing to have like jars and containers and to put labels on everything, but it's just not really my vibe. So one big move I wanted to make this time around was to move this granola bar area because my 4-year-old kept getting into it and then stuffing granola bars in like little lunch bags and things. And so I'm just going to move it up a shelf here. I'm putting more of the pasta, so the pasta's all along the bottom, and then the granola bars and lunch things are on the second and third shelves. And then that way she can't as easily grab it and just pack rat it away into her little bags and purses and things. And then I find them around the house and I'm like, oh, what is in this lunch bag? Oh, it's like 14 granola bars. Interesting. So I do really enjoy having the lunch things all in this area, and then that way the kids, when they come in to like quickly make a lunch, then they can kind of just grab a few things. I'm not one of those cool moms who makes the kids lunches. They have to make their own lunches because I just don't have time for all of that. And so they'll pack in their like a veggies or a fruit, and then also like some of these other little packaged things just to help fill them up, and then usually a sandwich to go with it all. So, you know, they are learning to fend for themselves at a young age. Like my younger son, he usually needs help doing it because he'll pick like just 2 things and we'll be like, is that really going to be enough for your lunch? And probably not. So we usually have to look over what he's picked and help him finish. But my older daughter's 15, so she will be 15 soon. And so she's totally capable of doing that all on her own. So he's just learning. And they're the only 2 in the school right now. My youngest is 4, and then my oldest is actually 20, so he can definitely make his own lunch. I pushed all those cardboard boxes out there with the hopes that someone would pick them up for me, but yeah, that didn't happen. All right, we are almost all tidied up here. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I just wanted to get a few of these last things just cleaned up. So this shelf that I'm working on right now and the one below it have the kind of treaty food things that I pack for my youngest when we go on car rides. I've trained her that when she's in the car seat, she needs a snack. That's maybe not a healthy training thing, but it's just, I don't know. She was just kind of a very sensitive child who needed a lot of attention, and so it was an easy way to distract her was to give her a snack. And if you're keeping track, this is 3 bags of, what are those called? Paper towels. I have 3 bags of paper towels, 3 packages. I don't even use paper towels that often. Like, we use a few in the kitchen, but really not like tons. So, again, I'm not really sure why I have so many. I think some of them like went on sale, and I was like, oh yeah, we could get some of those. But like, Jerry, you need to look in the pantry before you buy. Lesson learned. Okay, guys, here we go. We have got the finished results. Here is this wall. We got canned goods. We got drinks on the left, canned goods on the right. Then the middle wall has got chips there up at the high, and it's got baking stuff. On the right, it had breakfast things and spices and cereal. And then this one has got the pasta at the bottom, the lunch stuff, and then it's just some extra snacky foods at the top. Thanks again for coming with me to clean my pantry and help put away my groceries. If you like this video, then you are going to love the one I did in February. I will put it in the show notes here and link it on the video so you guys can watch that if you like. I also just did my cleaning closet, which was so fun. Just pulled out all my stuff, deep cleaned it, decluttered a little bit, and got it all organized. So check out that video as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.